we're trying to get Sam Bennett on the show after two of the four members violently trashed him, just so they can fight it out on Zoom. What team are you most disappointed didn't make the playoffs, Jims? Which team did you look at and you thought these guys had a really strong chance and just completely fell out?
This one's a pretty easy one for me. It's got to be the Dallas Stars. We're going home. After making it to the Stanley Cup final last year, right? And then you don't even make the playoffs this year, right? And pretty unbelievable. I know Pavelski he had such a good season this year. No one expected him at this age to be that good, but no one else, showed up to the team. It looks like, they have a good roster. I know they're aging a little bit, but when you make it to the Stanley Cup finals, you're almost you're 100% expected to at least make it into the playoffs. Crazy.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think also COVID played a pretty big role into that. They got
not
pretty
just
much
COVID.
roster decimated.
Well, it wasn't COVID too. They also had lingering injuries from the end of the last playoffs, right? How many
Bishop
games
played.
did Ben Bishop play or Sagan play this year?
I don't think Bishop
Not
played
much.
one.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
ask James. He held on to Sagan all season long in fantasy.
He did score in his first 2 games back.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think he played 4 games.
That's pretty brutal. It's pretty
games.
hard to make the
3
playoffs
games.
when your best guy isn't playing. At
That's
least your
true.
best guy offensively. JJ, who are you most surprised didn't make the playoffs?
I wanted to say Calgary, but after we just did that whole Philly episode, I'm going to say the Flyers. I don't know many people who predicted the Flyers not making the playoffs, and I know less people who had them predicted outside the top 2 spot in their division. Pretty much everyone expected this team to go on and destroy everything in their path, and just the complete opposite happened goaltending-wise for them. So that's the big shock for me. We just did an episode on why that happened, but it's still a shock.
Yeah, that one kind of hurt
Absolutely.
to watch. If only Carter Hart can, make a save. Connor, who are you most surprised by?
Man, I think the easy one would have been to be the Calgary Flames, but if you're a Flames fan, you already know that this disappointment is expected. So I can't really be too upset when this is kind of something you're already prepared for. So the team I'm most surprised that didn't make the playoffs is going to be the Blue Jackets. Not only did they do good and knock out the Leafs last year of the playoffs, which is a hell of a feat, they finished below Detroit.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
The Red Wings did better this year than Columbus, and that I know Tortorella lost the room, the team just gave up, but that is still mind-boggling. That team that was so good last year just couldn't do anything this year.
Yeah, kind of sad to see, but also, what a fall it was. For myself,
it was huge.
Definitely, at the start of the season, I was most disappointed Vancouver didn't make it, just because it looked like they finally took the step last year. That great playoffs they had, but they just lost so many guys, key locker rooms, and then the whole COVID thing. But I think more recency bias affects me. I had a guy on this podcast sell me snake oil with the catchphrase, "We only have to be better than Minnesota," and that was the Arizona Coyotes. I thought they were going to make the playoffs, and then when Minnesota was good, they were better than St. Louis, and I was like, wow, they're really going to do it. And what a collapse it has been. That hurt to watch.
I wouldn't say collapse. Minnesota played good hockey this year. Arizona didn't. That's just how it goes.
The most
That
shocking
my
was just
catchphrase,
how
though.
Connor Garland put this team on his back and tried so hard to make this, and Jacob Chychrun, the two of them.
Oh, Chich,
Yeah.
he's a beauty. The most underrated
Dude.
defenseman in the league, in my opinion.
Dude had a Norris caliber season, in my opinion, and the team just shit the bed.
Like the catchphrase says, we just have to be better than Minnesota, and they weren't better than Minnesota.
And they weren't better than Minnesota.
Absolutely not. But I think this is a perfect time to segue into our next segment, which is we're actually going to start breaking down some of the playoff series. So, Austin, which series do you want to break down first?